Now, I'm no stock investor or no master crypto trader. I just play one on TV. But we're going to get it to Robinhood and how they uh, donated some money to Donald Trump's inaugural fund. Well, let's get into it.
We have this breaking news, which we talked about at the top of the show. Fox Business has learned exclusively that Robinhood will donate $2 million to President elect Donald Trump's inaugural fund. The investment platform has now released a statement to Fox Business saying, quote, Robinhood is pleased to welcome in a new era of American innovation and sensible regulation that promotes free markets, investor access, and consumer choice. We look forward to working with President Trump and the incoming administration to drive positive change in the markets, be an active voice for customers, and pursue our mission to democratize finance for all. The co-founder and CEO of Robinhood, Vlad Tenev, joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive. Vlad, tell us when you began thinking about making this $2 million donation. What was the genesis of this?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me. And President,
Well, Mr. Robinhood, you might want to fix your mic. You got $2 million to give to Trump, but you don't have $2 to. Let me hush because that man got way more money than I do. Mike's probably still sound better than mine.
Trump's agenda to promote sensible regulation. I haven't been shy about expressing my disappointment and general sense that the current administration and the SEC has been headed in the wrong direction. Rampant regulation by enforcement, open warfare against the cryptocurrency industry in America, as well as taking a very anti-AI posture. And I think that that was bad, not just for Robinhood, but for customers, the industry, and for America. And I think I'm proud to support the new initiatives towards more sensible regulation. And again, making sure that the US is where it should be, at the forefront of innovation in financial services, in artificial intelligence, in all emerging growth industries. So yeah, we're big believers of that at Robinhood, and of course, me personally.
So, one thing I give Donald Trump credit for is he's about innovation and the future. This is why a lot of people voted for him, even black men in particular. I say in particular. You talk about being entrepreneurs, business owners, saying you don't want to work for nobody. Thing about it is you can't stay on selling shea butter and candles for the rest of your life. It's just not going to work. Eventually, you're going to have to evolve with technology. With time comes change, and change comes with time. Heard that on a Big Mike song on his Something Serious album back in what, 93, 94, something like that. Check it out. Classic. So it doesn't matter what you try to do. And I think that's one of the problems that, like they're talking about, the regulations with the government, not really embracing AI, not embracing crypto. It's coming. I'm one who like says that you got to be careful with it. Like a lot of people say, got to be careful with it. So it's probably why there was so many regulations that were put on these industries, and I can understand why. Because you see how, let's say, like in the entertainment music industry, you got songs that come out with the voices of certain artists, and they never made them. Like Tupac and Drake making a song together, knowing dang on well Tupac been dead for damn near 30 years. Dang, has it been that long? But yeah, then almost 30 years. But yeah, you got them two on a song together. Or they have it, they'll show stories of where people can call family members and use your voice to act like they done kidnapped you or you in trouble, send money to them, something like that. Which, I mean, in this day and age, if somebody's calling you to send money, that's kind of weird because, I mean, hell, my kids, if they ask for money, they'll send me a text and then I'll just send it to I send it to the account. So I can understand regulations because it could but you're gonna have criminals always trying to you know, one up the system to try to get over. That's gonna happen. So the government they use all that money, like instead of the money you sending overseas or the money you using for illegals, use that money to up your security so that way you can stay ahead of the criminals so that the American people don't suffer. Remember, we are on a fiat system, which means that the American dollar is not backed by anything but the word of America. It used to be backed by gold, but then it was taken off the standard. I don't know why. That's before my time. I probably need to do a little more research and study why that was. But it is what it is. So, with that being said, in any history, and I have a book, I don't know where the heck I did with it. I don't know if it's behind me or if it's in my room, but I read a book about, the fall of these fiat systems. Eventually, they're all going to crumble because you have to have your money backed by something eventually. And you see all these countries talking about going against the dollar, going away from the dollar, and Trump think that, hey, if you uh, if you don't accept the dollar bill, then we're going to put tariffs, 25, 100% tariffs on your products coming to America. He say that, but in the same breath, and like I say, one reason why people voted for him because he's a businessman, and when you're a businessman, you got to see the future. You can't just be stuck on what you're selling or what's going on now because things are going to change. So even with him saying he's going to put tariffs, he's seems like behind the scenes working on understanding that crypto AI is going to be the next big thing if it's not already the big thing now. So let's go ahead and get ahead of this so that once everybody comes to their senses and realize it's the way of the future, what I'm saying, we've already pretty much monopolized everything. And so now people are still under our thumb.
$2 million is more than the 1 million Meta, the 1 million Amazon, and the 1 million Sam Altman of OpenAI have donated. How do you arrive at that number?
Yeah, I would say when Robinhood does something, we fiction, and I think like the actual amount, the details of that, probably a little bit more art than science. But we think that uh, the U.S. should be a leader in financial industry, and we like a lot of the things that the administration has already put in place. They've got a lot of smart people that are thinking about how to solve what are some incredibly difficult problems. There's progress that needs to be made
Look at that. If I can see it down here.
to
Hold on.
make the
It's got, you see Bitcoin and Ethereum on the tickers. So this time, Ethereum was $3,900, down $88. It was like over 4,000. When I last looked at it earlier, it was like $4,000. And Bitcoin, $106,000. I got both of these. I got not a full coin of Bitcoin. So I wish I did. Man, I remember maybe it had to be more than 10 years ago. So I'm gonna say at least about 12, 13 years ago. Saw an article about Bitcoin I think it was in a Forbes magazine. But I was broken and broke, barely making it. You know what I'm saying? Barely had, what to say, a pot to piss in and one to throw it out. And Bitcoin was fairly cheap. But I think the only way you can really get to it is it was like on paper. You write your code, he got your keys, write them down, and you have to keep them. And I said, man, if I had like $100, I would invest in it because it's look like it might be the future. Because people always talking about, people talking about how it was underground, black market, only used for like illegal stuff, buying kidneys and crap like that. I don't know. But I said, hey, what's $100? Because one thing I learned a long time ago, and like I said, I learned this from an old patient of mine. I told the story many times about how I got into the stock market because this old man told me to look in penny stocks, and then he told me like a specific stock to get into at the time because it's going to blow up. And then penny stocks, you get into the pharmaceutical stocks, and you look at them, and when they're testing drugs, trying drugs out, when they get to a certain like phase in drug testing, you put some money in there, invest, and then you just sit there and wait, because if they're in a certain phase, most likely they're gonna go to the next phase, and once you get to the next stage, it's gonna pass, and then everybody and their mama's gonna try to buy that drug, and so the stock, so the company valuation will go up. You make a killing, you sell, and then all the time while you waiting, you invest and you looking into another company, and once that money hits, you get another company. But anyway, like I said, I learned that from an old dude that used to be one of my patients. So so I always had a mindset of, if something new comes along, you hear about it, see how much you have to get into it on the ground level. And it can make sense or it may not make sense. But you try to do as much research as you can, and then put in maybe few $100, maybe $100, few $100. Because I remember back then that dude say, "Man, you can do some small trades, like $500 trade, like $500, man. I make that much in a month." But I would say that was back then. You know what I'm saying? It's like $500 trade. That's, ooh, Lord mercy. But he was saying like small trades. But it made me understand the game we playing. This is not for the poor man. But the poor man can get into it, but he has to know how to get into it. He has to understand it's going to take a minute for his money to grow. A minute for it to grow. But once it starts growing, then the exponential and the compound interest kicks in, and man, the sky's the limit. But you find things to get into. But I think Bitcoin price back then. Let me see if I can look at something real quick. Let me see, just real quick, real time. Bitcoin price. What year is this? We 2024. So let's say 20. Let's say 2014. It don't say. So I got a 2014. It don't say what they say. One, two. That ain't right. Let's say how many Bitcoins. I want to know what was the price of Bitcoin in 2014. The closing price of Bitcoin in 2014 was $320. They say it was down 50%, 57.6% for the year. Let me see. So what I want to say, Bitcoin price in 2010. Let's see if it was even around then. What was the price of Bitcoin in 2010? Broke above. See, according to historical data at investing.com, Bitcoin's price never broke above 40 cents per Bitcoin in 2020, but did manage to hit the level early in 2011. Then in February, it crossed $1. A few months later, it briefly exceeded like $8. So yeah, I remember. That's what I thought. So yeah, it was. I remember a time it was like $7 for Bitcoin. I'm like, damn, I can go ahead and buy like $100. Because you think about it, you can burn and blow $100 in no time. So I said, man, if I could, you know, get like $100 worth and just let it sit on it. The only problem is, the question is, would I have taken it seriously? What I was. But I didn't. First of all, I didn't know who to talk to about it, how to get into it. So it was just like a pipe dream. But then I look back, would I have taken it seriously? Because you think about $8, you buy $100 worth of tick token. What's that? 12. You get like 12 of them, and right now it's at $100,000. So you're looking at 1.2 million, almost 1.4 million, maybe with whatever, if you put it all together. It's a lot of money. Shoot, I remember a story. What, some dude bought a pizza with 21 Bitcoins. I wonder where that Bitcoin is now. I wonder where it is now. But yeah, anyway, you get in on stuff early, you do your research, and you put you a few dollars in, and then you just wait and see what happens, and you just stay on top of it while you keep researching, watching it, tickers, and look at different companies and see what you can invest in. That's how you make money, is invest. And really, it's about investing in the future. It's really how you make long-term money, not just what's happening right now.
Country more efficient, to streamline bureaucracy, all things that I think are going to be imperative. And we're happy to support that. And also, a lot is being put in place. A lot more will need to be done.
You have gone headfirst into crypto trading on your platform, but you've also done all kinds of things like, retirement funds and basic trading. It's been pretty impressive to see the growth that you have seen Do you have the latest numbers from the latest last couple of weeks about crypto? Because President Trump has said he wants to be the crypto president. He, of course, put Paul Atkins, who is no stranger to crypto. He's a crypto advocate and a lobbyist. He will be in charge of the Securities and Exchange Commission. David Sachs, who's a big tech.
So see, this can't be fake. You know what I'm saying? You see trading volume up 500%. The crypto trading volume is $35.2 billion. I mean, you got 420,000 new users. Right now, you got 25 million customers. And this is on Robinhood. Robinhood is allowing people to, get into the crypto game. I think one of the issues and problems that people have with Robinhood is like back when, what was the name of that place? GameStop? Like when people got into the GameStop meme or trading or whatever, and somehow the stocks went way up. People buying at low volume, at low price, and then the stock went way up, and people had a chance, thought they was going to be millionaires, and they tried to sell it, and Robinhood stopped them from cashing in for whatever reason. I don't remember all the details, but they stopped them from cashing in. So people didn't get their money. You know what I'm saying? And that pissed off a lot of people, and it made them lose trust in Robinhood stocks. But hey, there's other ways to get into this stuff.
And VC guy understands crypto, going to serve as the new crypto czar. Can you give me a sense of the increase? So we're seeing on the screen, you saw a 500% jump in crypto trading month over month.
Yeah. Crypto trading went up 500% month over month at Robinhood from October to November. October was already a pretty strong month. And I think it shows that regulatory clarity doesn't just matter to the companies operating in the space, which we do believe is going to be a huge sector for growth in the economy and in the US, but consumers respond to that too. I think it's been my experience that consumers want sensible regulation. They want to know that the assets that they're investing in are safe. They weren't getting that from this current administration, and in fact, it was more of let's ignore this industry and hope it goes away or send it overseas. And I think that it should be embraced in the U.S. and the U.S. should be a leader, like we are in AI, in the cryptocurrency industry. And I think customers are supporting that, and you see a ton of enthusiasm in the cryptocurrency markets, also in the equities markets.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, I think there's been a ton of enthusiasm among retail since the
So,
election in particular.
so Vlad, enthusiasm.
Yeah, the U.S. need to get ahead of this and be out in the forefront, because again, once the dollar tanks, and it will, remember, the dollar loses at least 3% value every year. I think at the most it has lost in the past is like 7%. So anywhere between 3 and 7% of the value of the dollar you have in your hand at the beginning of the year will be lost within 12 months. So for those of you who got savings accounts, that's more of that's not, you're not saving anything. You might as well, as they would say, bury your money in the backyard, wrap it up and bury it in the backyard, because it'll probably be worth more in your backyard than it will be if you put it in a bank, which is why you should put it all in investment accounts. I think Fidelity has a money management account. I'm part of that. I mean, you get free ATMs, and you also get like returns, like a 4% return like every 7 days on your money. You can't really beat that. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't really beat that for the most part. So yeah, the US needs to get on to, yeah, hey, they're smart. Getting out in front of it. Again, you got a president who is a businessman. Whether y'all say he done failed a lot, filed for bankruptcy or whatever, this man understands capitalism and business. And right now is the time we need that. Because
Absolutely. And
because it's hard. The cost of living right now is ridiculous.
And listen, we're a business network. We love watching the markets every tick of the way, but we've seen enthusiasm and in big corrections, in bear markets, certainly. And let's just quickly talk about the crypto world and the enthusiasm that we're seeing there. I mean, there's been a lot of froth. Just today, we saw that there is a new token that has come out. It's called the Pengu. It's basically the native token of the Pudgy Penguins NFT project. Apparently, this is a Solana based token. It debuted at $2.3 billion market cap, hit $90 million in trading volume in the first hour. I know you don't put those kinds of things up for trade, but how do you judge what is legit and what might be a little bit of fraud?
Well, what I'll tell you is that I think a lot of people tend to get distracted by these sorts of things, and they talk about how crypto has all of these meme tokens, but underlying this is a very, very real thing. Juxtapose how easy it is for someone to create a token and get access to liquidity and launch it to what's a global marketplace, to how difficult it is for a company to go public and raise capital from retail shareholders in this country. I mean, it used to be that you'd have companies like Microsoft going public in the 80s at 100 million valuation, and retail can benefit from that appreciation by having access to it.
Mhm.
Now that's gotten increasingly difficult. And I think what you're seeing with these tokens is the desire for retail customers to be part of something while it's small and actually take advantage of that growth opportunity and grow along with it. And I think the ultimate antidote is to make it a little bit easier for
Okay.
companies to go public and for retail shareholders to access companies while they're still at reasonable valuations,
Okay.
which over the past few decades has really just been the domain of sophisticated, high net worth individuals and institutional
Sure.
investors.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the stock market. This is something I feel like everyone needs to really study. Stocks, investing, because there have been many a times I've seen companies that I was like, man, if I could get into it and put money into it, I can, you can make money off of it. But the problem is when you go to their tickers and try to buy like a mutual fund or try to invest in it, they want you to have like $2,500, $5,000 minimum, $25,000 minimum some places. And it's like I said, this is not for a poor man. But the thing you have to realize is there are opportunities will always come up till the day you die. There will be opportunities to make money in this world. So what you do is you look at your position and you say, okay, I'm not able to put in 2,500. I'm not able to put in 5,000, and then just wait and see what it does. But what I can do is, like I say, invest small, invest in small companies. Put a little bit in the cryptos, put a little bit in like pharmaceutical penny stocks, get a mutual market, a money market account, money management account, I'm sorry, and start there small. Just investing. Also when you're working, get your retirement plans and at your job and stuff, 401ks, whatever, and just, investing. Just always putting money somewhere where it's working. That's the key. Make sure your money is working for you somewhere, somehow, no matter what. Don't let it just sit in the bank for nothing unless it's just there for like paying bills. But other than that, everything else, paying bills and entertainment, whatever. Even entertainment money, you can put it somewhere and have it working, even if it's just a little bit, because every penny counts, right? But anyway, you start small, build your portfolio, build up your funds. Then once you have enough money to make a major investment and the time comes, boom, you got it. And you learn how to research, you learn how to study, you learn what's good and what's bad, what numbers to look for, and what signs to look for with certain companies, valuations, debt to gross valuations and stuff, debt to profit, all that. And then by that time, you can say this is a good company, that's a good company to invest in, and you put your money into it. and you just wait and see what happens. But yeah, like right now, you may not have $100,000 to buy a Bitcoin because we all know it's going to probably hit like 200,000 within, saying real soon, within the next maybe couple of years, easy. You may not have that, but you might have $100 to put in. Then you got to find the right app to put it in, so so the fees don't eat you up, or even Ethereum, or even XRP. Understand, like XRP is a coin that don't cost a whole lot to get, but I saw it on Fox Business where guys said they were selling houses, doing house transactions using XRP. Saw where a dude say about like is a Maserati. It's one, not Maserati. I think it might be Bentley, but it's a luxury car company that are allowing you to buy cars using crypto. And I believe it was XRP. You have to look at this and not be, not trying to be like them folks about, what was it, 4 5 years ago, when these meme coins really started jumping and everybody said, "Oh, I'm finna get some Bitcoin. Oh, I'm finna get some, what was that, Shinu or whatever, or I'm gonna get these coin. What's the little dog name? Shih Tzu, whatever it is. These little meme coins, so I can make a lot of money." The money's already made. And if you hadn't studied and I took a class on blockchain, of course, in blockchain online. I think it was a Coursera like a few years back. Still got the notes, everything, all that. You can do that. Or you can even go on YouTube. They got video where they teach whole courses, like updated courses, like 6, 8, 11 hour courses that you can actually look on and learn about blockchain and that technology, because that's what this is all about. And contracts, this stuff is more regulated than they really want you to think, because you can, as long as you control your keys, your private keys, and that's something you'll learn, if you're doing Bitcoin, if you're doing cryptocurrency, as long as you control your private keys, you people will know, can verify if it's you that's making a transaction. Like buying houses. It's like, there's a big thing there's a big thing story where people are like taking people's property, going down like to the records office, somehow finding loopholes in the records, and somehow taking people's property, and paying taxes, putting their name on deeds and stuff, and then selling houses, and then everybody's going, people going through these problems, and they like don't know what's going on. Well, it's because they're not paying attention, not keeping up to date with things. But you have to stay on top when it's about money and investing. It's something you got to watch every day. You really do. Like every day, you got to watch it and get notification stuff. Matter of fact, let me see something. I'm still talking about crypto. Like recently, I just bought. I don't want to show y'all the front of it because you might know too. But anyway, I just got like a ledger. Like this is like my second ledger. I had a smaller one, but I can only put like 3 apps on it. So I had to go on and get this one, and I could put way more coins on that, way more apps on it, so I can put lots more coins on it. And that's where I keep like my my major. And I only have it here. I only have it here out because I was doing some transactions today. That's the only reason why. But I keep it locked up, stored up. But even if somebody came here, broke in, took this, it don't matter because my keys are not that close. You know what I'm saying? I keep my keys somewhere else, locked up, can't get to them. You see what I'm saying? So, but whole nother story. But again, uh, you gotta be safe. You gotta be smart when it comes to big money. So with these, like I said, with blockchain and these contracts, people do housing sales. If you have the keys, your private keys for your XRP or Bitcoin or whatever, or even your deed. They say people in logistics are using blockchain now for to make purchases and sales. Logistics, warehouses and stuff. All this stuff is here. And you see stories about Amazon warehousing and how it's going digital, people losing their jobs, trucks, driverless trucks, all this other, you see FedEx going on strike, or was it Amazon going on strike because of work conditions. All that stuff is what's on the news, But what's not on the news, like I said, is blockchain. The stuff where the money is behind the scenes. For people companies are making sure that transactions are legit. And the only people that can verify the transaction is the person that's selling and the person that's buying. And in the middle, you got machines and people uh, doing calculations, making sure that these two people are who they say they are. And there's no way anyone can come in and just say, hey, let me get, let me sign my name on this deed. No. Is this you? Yeah. Okay. Let me see ID. Okay. Now, what are your keys? And they're like, what are you talking about? Oh, well, we can't do, you can't be a part of this transaction. But it's a lot to get into. But like I say, I'm not a blockchain crypto investing guru. I just play one on TV. I learn as I go. And that's what a lot of y'all need to do. Like get into it. But let's watch a little bit more.
So I think beyond the veneer of all the meme activity is a very serious thing that we should not ignore and we should learn from.
Also, a very sincere thing that I know has always been at your forefront, and that is democratizing investment for the rest of us. It's great to see you, Vlad, and we'll look forward to hearing what the president responds about your $2 million donation on behalf of Robinhood to the.
So real quick, like I said, talk about meme coins. You talking about what was that? The Pingu, the dollar sign Pingu. Meme coins are a way to invest and to get a good return if you get the right meme coin on the right platform. That's where the work comes in. I saw a meme coin that I wanted to get, and it was like I said I was gonna put like $10 in it, right? And it seemed like it was, it had just released, like it was gonna have a high valuation. Let's jump into it. Couldn't get it on Ledger. Couldn't get it on Kraken. What else? Couldn't get it on Coinbase or Uniswap or the Coinbase wallet to start. You had to go like to their website. No. I think you could. I think I could get it on wallet. It was one of them I couldn't. Like most of them, I couldn't get it on. I think it was Uniswap. I think I could get it on Uniswap, but the problem is the fee was like 100 something bucks. I'm like, oh hell no. I mean, in the long run, that might work out because see, I also look at this like I look at getting money at the ATM. If I go to the ATM machine, I need say I need $100, like right there. Somebody I need $100 to pay somebody. So it's like, okay, let me go to the ATM machine and get it. They need cash. And the fee is like $3. And then your bank gonna charge you $3. But that's why I say get that money management account because Fidelity give you all that money back. So you pay no ATM machines nowhere. But anyway, if I was paying ATM machine fees, I would look like, okay, well, if I'm finna pay freaking $5 for my money, I'm gonna get out $200 because why get out 100 a day and then 100 next week? You know what I'm saying? Because I might have to pay, give somebody else some money. Somebody else might want some cash and don't want to use Cash App no more. You know what I'm saying? If they don't have like Zelle, because that's all I used to use Zelle, they need cash. Get out more than what you can put into it. So my thing is, shoot, if I'm gonna pay $100 for a fee, I'm not gonna buy the coin for $10. I'm gonna have to put at least equal or double what the heck they charge me to justify what I'm doing because I want to make sure that if this coin pop, let's say, let's say like it's $100 fee to buy it, to move it, right? So to get it, if it costs me $100 to get it, I'm at least gonna want $200 worth of coins. Why is that? Because let's say it don't pop and I want to sell it back. Well, then let's say if it makes, don't say if it do pop, and let's say if it doubles, then when I do try to move it again, I can at least get my money back and stop it. You know what I'm saying? Get and be at zero still. You see what I'm saying? Unlike if I get like $10 worth and then it pops and it evaluates at $100, well, it still won't make sense to move it or exchange it with another coin because it's gonna cost me $100 unless you can move it on, unless the technology improves and then they can charge less for the fees. But if it's the same fee, same amount, then it's like, shoot, I'm gonna have to. It's not gonna make sense to try to exchange it for another coin because it's gonna cost me too much. So I ain't gonna make no money. I'm gonna lose money on it. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you look at it. But anyway, like I say, meme coins depending on where you get it at, how much money you got to invest, how much money, you know what I'm saying, how big of a upside it is for that coin, how long you are willing to wait for it to jump. Then you know, it's a way to, like I say, it's a way to make money. Now I will say, Bitcoin get you however much Bitcoin you can get you how much Ethereum you can get. Not sure what happened to Polka Dot, man. You know what I'm saying? And XRP. Those are probably the three main ones I would look at, put money in. You know, what's it called? What they call it? Dollar cost average. Just put money in is every time you can, however you can, especially where the fees ain't killing you. Now you can go on, like, if you got like a ledger and you on the Bitcoin or the Ether platform, most of them coins that you get, if it runs on an Ether on an Ethernet platform, then it ain't gonna cost you much. The fees, you know what I'm saying, the gas fees stuff are not gonna cost you too much. But if you're going like off of one of these offsite websites or offsite apps, yeah, it could cost you a pretty penny. So all I would say is, like, if you want to know more, let's say, about blockchain, crypto, stuff like that, like I said, I would go on like Coursera, or look for like a course to learn about blockchain and learn as much as you can, get all kind of certifications until there's like nothing else. There's also a guy named Eli. This is what it's called, like Common Sense with Eli, or whatever happened to Common Sense. I follow him on like YouTube and Instagram and learn a lot from him too. I know he got a course, I forget, but you got to pay for it. But his course is, from what I hear, is like real good. Just by the information on Instagram alone, on his videos, you can learn a lot. But yeah, you get them classes. I would recommend, you get Coinbase. You also got crypto.com. I think I don't have that, but like I got Coinbase, Kraken, Uniswap, Coinbase Wallet, and like I said, Ledger. Those are the five sites that I use to get coins. I don't try to do too much because I ain't trying to, like, I mean, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Got like all the time in the day to be searching every coin on the internet. But back to this story. Donald Trump, meme coins. That's what I was gonna say. Like, there's a coin out there, Pepe. They got Pepe Trump coin. They got Wall Street Trump coin. It's a lot of meme coins based on Donald Trump that are making money now. And the big thing people are saying, that once Trump gets in the office and he make these moves and he really promotes this cryptocurrency, it's gonna jump. Dogecoin, that's another one to get. I would say get that too. A lot of people think they ain't gonna do nothing, but hell, it's with Elon Musk. I mean, it's got to do something, even if it's a small return. It's got to be some kind of return with that coin. XRP too, also. XRP also, not XRP two, also XRP also. But yeah, these things just to look into. Don't want to sit there and overload your brain with a bunch of useless nonsense babble. Just study blockchain so you can understand crypto, invest in it because it is the wave of the future. Because, like I said, the dollar is out of there. Get your money management account. Fidelity has them. Don't get no savings account because all you're doing is losing money. And make sure your money is making money. Period. Always moving. Whether you might win some, you might lose some, but in the end, if you look at the stock market, no matter how many times it done crashed and went down, stock market has always went up, always goes up. Just remember that. So it's a long game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So don't be discouraged. Just get into it. But I say right now, best time to study and look into this. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those four things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes of your day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support us financially, you can get super thanks, super chats, super stickers, or you can go to the description box below. Click on links there. Help support the channel like that. Don't forget to go to marlonmonrally.com where you can get 10% off your first purchase of all our luxury items. I promise you will not be disappointed. And go to the shop button below this video and take advantage of our miniature sandalwood beard kit sale. It has beard oil, beard balm, beard wash, and sandalwood is clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. So if you're trying to grow that beard to its full capability, full potential, why not use the best product on the market? And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.